William Bonac and Andrew Jacked. This is like the age-old saying, apples versus oranges. This is it. This is it. These two guys may very well clash at the Mr. Olympia event. Now, if you ask me in my prediction video, I don't think they will be anywhere near each other. Andrew Jacked, of course, he's making his Olympia debut. I'm not certain that he will get into that first call out due to politics. Things of that nature, guys. There's plenty of other dudes that are, like I said, politically going to get ahead of him. And William Bonac, he's a former runner-up at the Olympia. And I think if he brings a more than decent package, I think that, yeah, he will place ahead of Andrew Jacked. But that's kind of besides the point. All politics aside, is Andrew Jacked actually better than William Bonac? And hey, it could happen. It could happen if Bonac falls at the bottom of his pack, call-outs, and Andrew Jack gets at the head of his. They may very well meet, and this will be Andrew Jack drawing all the weaknesses right out of William Bonac. This is a mismatch and a half. Bonac, I'll give it to him. He's a tiny guy compared to Andrew Jack. Jacked is a giant for bodybuilding, 6 foot plus. And no, for other sports it's not that tall, but for bodybuilding, trust me, it's a giant. And Bonac, like I said, no, he's not that tall, but he does have some good body parts. Arm for arm, maybe even better in that aspect. Of course, Jacked is just so big that it's hard to really say that. Jacked's quads are huge. So are Bonac's, and his calves are big. But I just cannot get over the size difference. Not only that, but when you have that size and the aesthetics. Look at the separation in those abs. Jacked all the way, hands down. Front lat spread would probably be the same decision. And anytime I give William Bonac's front lat spread praise, you guys give it to me in the comment section below. But Mark's max muscle, Bonac's front lat spread is no good. It's full of muscle, guys. He's filled out pretty good. It's an underrated shot, I would say, for Bonac. But having said that, look at Andrew Jacked. He is like some sort of designed bodybuilder for the future. And he's not that heavy looking. And that doesn't really hurt him. It gives him more aesthetics, if you ask me. Look at the abs, just bulging, dripping off this guy. From the side, I'd say Bonac is actually winning. Now, yeah, he's so much shorter. Smaller? I wouldn't call it smaller. Bonac has been known to make guys' arms. Like I did Nick Walker comparisons, even Hattie Shupin comparisons. And Bonac, his arm makes other guys' arms look petite. Makes them look small. And the wheels, he's got very separated wheels. And from the side, Jacked is not quite as good. I don't think. With all due respect to Jacked. Hey, he's friggin', one of the best. He might even be a little tongue-tied. Might even be Mr. Olympia in those two first shots, the front double and the front lat. But from the side, I'd have to give it to Bonac. Side triceps, a lot better. This is a better shot for Jacked. Look at his midsection. Bonac sure is thick, huh? Yeah, from the front, he's not that presentful, wide, things of that nature, but he is a very thick individual. I noticed that right from the get-go, right from this guy's beginning. I remember his first Olympia. I remember maybe his second one. He was standing next to Ramy, and I was thinking, geez, that guy with the long hair, he's not as tall as Ramy, but he looks thicker. He looked thicker, at least in one of those old Olympias. And from the side, he does look thicker than Andrew Jacked. So yeah, could be, realistically, guys, could be a tie. More leaning towards Jacked. Heading into the back shot. Now here's going to be a debate. This is going to be a debate for sure. Long-term fans of bodybuilding, they're going to look at the glutes. They're going to look at Andrew Jacked, the hamstring, the lack of separation. They're going to say Bonac's going to win this one. But I don't know. I am very impressed with Andrew Jack's back. Look at this. In my prediction video, I had him behind your Michael Creezos, your Samson Doudas, but I don't know, guys. I might have dropped the ball on that one. If he comes in a little bit more conditioned, I think that he will show that he does have a back that can mess with the likes of William Bonac. I mean, the lat insertions are there. It looks pretty hard, looks pretty crisp, and he has a nice X-frame. Bonac, but I mean, look at that big badonkadonk on Bonac. Here's the rear double. Same thing here. I'm very impressed with the back development itself on Andrew Jack. And I think that might separate him from a guy like Michael Crezo. Although I did the comparison, I was more impressed with Crezo from the front and side, things of that nature. Well, maybe not from the front, but hey, he was holding his own from the front. But this is the matchup that we're looking at, guys. Not Michael Crezo. Condition again, guys. On the Olympia stage, who knows? It might be, I've heard it called a glute competition, glutes and hamstring matchups. Who's ever in the tightest competition, or who's ever in the tightest condition, rather, competition. Anyway, guys. Anyway, this is a like I said, apples versus oranges. More of a plantain versus a banana, maybe. Maybe a peach versus here's the abs and thigh. A peach versus, what are the other ones? The hairless ones. Anyway, Bonac, hands down, losing this abs and thigh. And I think, with no false modesty, if these two dudes do stumble upon being compared with each other, Bonac could, in fact, be in trouble. If it doesn't end up being a glute and hamstring competition, little Fig Newton there. This is the world's greatest abs and thigh. Most muscular. And it's just so big. He's so big. Not big, but I mean, it's one big fence there. It's a big, huge space being occupied for Andrew Jack. Abs dripping off the man. Again, I gotta point to those arms of Bonac. Crisp, huge, massive. I'm gonna stick with my guns, though. I'm not gonna change my predictions. Don't change my predictions like Nick Strength and Power did. I'm just joking. He gave his a different type of prediction list. I watched that video. It was actually kind of cool. I wanted to do it myself, but the most exciting outcome would be maybe Andrew Jack winning the Olympia. I think that would be more exciting if he beat Big Ramy. But anyway, if he beat William Bonac, that would be quite a feather in this man's cap. And I think we proved today that he is very capable of doing so. Will he at the Olympia? Like I said, guys, they're not even going to be in the same callouts. But I might eat my words. And if they are, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Jack defeats Bonac. He is that good. He is that aesthetic. And yeah, he's that much of a threat to everybody on the Olympia stage. In a week? What are we, a week away? Exciting. Hit thumbs up. Subscribe. Have a nice one.